Can we prop this back up over there? Hopefully I got enough space. I deleted mad shit. I don't want to see no shit. That works. It's tilted as fuck, but we'll make it work. We'll do it.
Come over here, go.
We're back. Hold on. Engine don't stop. Dark Side Radio. We are back. Like I said, full in effect. Black Out the Rebel. Jesslyn Blue to my left. Mafia to my right. Chris out of nowhere.
Take over. We out here.
We out here.
Yeah. So before we left on the break, Jesslyn Blue is gonna hit us with one of her topics.
Yes.
So now she moisturizing her situation. She got her water. She's not thirsty no more.
No,
She got the last water. I know we fuck with
I
her.
got the last one. We love you guys.
I know we
Thank
love her.
you.
We
I
love her
feel
the last
welcome.
one. It's like the last piece of chicken.
WVMR, excuse me.
Well, I'm about to say.
I know, I fucked up. I caught myself.
Nah, she
I
was
caught
shopping in the
myself.
department of
It's the
VIM.
remix.
I caught
Sorry.
myself. Y'all fam, I needed this. But I had a topic for you guys. I was thinking about this and I was marinating on it.
Oh
During the music break as we were vibing, which you guys just rock, by the way.
shit.
Bring
Thank
your
you.
food next
Appreciate it.
time.
Oh yeah, nah, fact.
It's going down. Something kind of snap. So,
Wait, what?
I was thinking about the creative process. I'm an artist, and I see to my right, you performed, you're talking about it. You gotta send me some of your work.
That was one of my songs I just played.
Why don't you?
Like,
I'm supposed to be your co-host, and I'm supposed to be in the know
Like, I didn't think
everything.
that. That's why they were
Yeah.
making all those jokes.
Nah, Jazz, that was
Sounds
the
like
regular
your
act
voice.
we was talking
Yeah,
about.
like the last track.
I was making
It
jokes.
sounds like
Really?
I thought I was serious.
serious.
Yo, bitch,
Well-
weren't you serious?
Oh, did I?
Now
Oh,
you
yeah.
put me on, and it was fire.
Why
So-
you lying? You already got the job.
You know
Right. You already
Fuck
on
you,
the
King.
show. Like, what's
Yeah,
up?
I got
Wow.
it. I got the
I don't need to lie.
Here.
Wow.
Look,
Okay, so
that's one thing you're gonna learn about me. I don't need to lie about anything. I will
Nah,
tell you
that's
how I
not
feel.
true,
I will
true,
let you
true,
know. There's no need. I keep it 100. So,
okay, yeah. So now
thinking about artists, since you know I'm an artist, and so are you. I was thinking about the creative process. Everyone has their own creative process, and right now I am enrolled in the Teaching Artists Project with Community Word Project. And I'm in Manhattan taking classes on Saturdays, first 2 Saturdays, and I'm doing internship with them in schools and stuff like that. But one of the main things that we're talking about is how can you articulate your particular creative process? Because for you to be able to teach something like that, you need to be able to express it and really narrow that down, understand it, so you can teach it to someone else. Do you even understand your own creative process? What is that? So that's something that I've been personally thinking about
interesting.
for my program that I'm in right now.
Good choice.
And I thought that I would bring that to the table tonight. Before you could even teach anyone else or educate anyone else on it, you need to know your own. And honestly, I think before you can even grow as an artist or creatively, you should be able to recognize your creative process and what may need to be tweaked about it, what needs to be altered, or what works, what doesn't work. I think it's something that's always ever changing.
I agree. I feel like depending on the project, depending on the song, the mood, and just the ambiance and everything, your writing process, your thinking process, your recording process, all of that, it fluctuates, it changes. Take for instance that song that just played, Motions. That came to be because I was thinking about, just the negative part of relationships, the arguing, the constantly back and forth, the egos, you don't want to say sorry, she doesn't want to say sorry, so y'all just at a stalemate. So I had to do a lot of reflecting, I had to do a lot of being alone by myself in the basement, lights off type of shit, like real depressing and sorrow shit, and just really just jotting down a lot of different ideas, a lot of different lyrics that have to do with relationships and arguments and fights and things like that. And eventually, I took what I felt matched best what I was looking for in the song, and then that's kind of how that one happened.
Do you need silence in your creative process, or did you have music playing, or were you listening to the instrumentals?
I'm weird. I'm weird as fuck. So I need quiet, and I'll write my lyrics down while there's no music playing, and then I'll play the beat, and then I'll see if my lyrics fit to the beat. And then if it doesn't, that's when I start doing the revision and the editing process. So I'm weird. Like I'll go back and forth like a billion times until I get the flow right, until I get the wording proper. So yeah, I think every artist is peculiar. Like they have whatever works for them. Like you may feel like it's weird as shit, but it's just how they fucking operate. Like there may be an artist that can only paint if they're upside down or some stupid shit, but it works. That works for them.
I paint upside down.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't.
That was so random. I didn't know that. I'm telling you right now.
No, legitimately, I paint as well. I love painting with acrylics and I love sketching. Lately, I've been working with charcoal and pastels and blending them together to get like this thicker texture. It's almost like most of my pieces are coming out like mirages, like dreamscapes in a sense lately when I'm blending these pastels and charcoal. But when I paint, I have my canvas, and my canvas is upside down. So if I'm painting, like my last sketch I just finished after 2 years, it took me forever, of a heart on a broken glass. Mm-hmm. And when I drew it completely upside down the entire time. My creative process. I did not draw it looking at it like it was supposed to be laid out. I turned it, flipped it, took the drawing that I was copying, flipped it, and then just drew it like that. Because I feel like it frees my mind from overanalyzing. Part of my creative process is that I'm very analytical. I have my degree in English, so I was trained for 5 years to really, look for those deeper layers in anything and everything, especially within text. So when it comes to my art, my creative process, I overanalyze sometimes, and I need to take that out the window. And that's some bullshit sometimes. It holds me back. And I want to be out the box. So, yeah, I turned my shit around. It was literally upside down the entire time I painted it.
That's what's up.
But I totally understand what you mean when it comes to a lot of revision.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That project was literally... I'm a very literal and figurative person. So it was literally called Train of Thought because the whole album took you from the whole entire train on the E train. So beginning to end, from World Trade Center all the way to Jamaica. So in different stops, you see different points in my thought process. Like, what am I thinking about at that moment?
See, I really like that. I could ask that to every artist, any artist. I just want to know. Like you said, we all have our own, and it may seem peculiar, but it's really what works for us. So who knows what other types of processes are out there, or people like to work
Everyone
with.
has a process. It's like Lady Gaga. She used to do coke binges for 48
and then fix her
hours.
hair and makeup
What?
and then do it all over again, right? Yeah, I read that too. Yeah, I was like, that's
I was
weird.
like, sure. I mean, you want to do some coke? If that's gonna let you release like Monster, whatever other
Opens your
songs
mind.
you released
Right.
in
Yeah.
mind, then go ahead, do
Yeah,
it.
facts. Yo, Cure is
that
my
where
shit.
Bad Romance
I love that new
is?
song. Let's talk about it. Fuck that.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I do like that song.
Nah, that's my shit.
Here,
I be in the fucking whip
I
like,
do.
yo, listen. That's
I'm a
my
romantic.
facts. Yeah.
I'll be in the car next to him with your friends.
Listen, man. I'm eclectic. I listen to
As I
everything.
drive home.
Look at your friends.
As I speed over, right?
Nah, nothing's worse than when I'm in the whip with Jenny. I actually bought a fucking mic. Like, not bought.
Oh, you told me this.
I stole a mic from one of my jobs. I'm not gonna say which
Oh,
one.
Lord.
But I put a mic in there, so
in the car.
we do like fake karaoke. Like I'll pull the mic out of the fucking seat.
I
That's
can
Yeah,
only
that
imagine
is
how that shit is on the
fucking
fucking
cute.
Grand Central in
That
traffic.
is
What's up?
fucking
I
cute.
can only imagine how that is on the Berwick in traffic.
Oh my god.
Nah.
Yo,
What?
pull up to his car. This shit is looking.
What?
Yo, niggas be
Niggas
looking
over
bad
here
weird. And I just be like,
That in my
and nigga, what
car.
the fuck is you looking at? They be like, nothing. Shit.
Why do I picture you in your car and you're like, oh, we're halfway. Get the fuck out of my way.
Yo, they should know.
It's
Yo,
a Rick's lyric,
listen.
Rick
Yeah,
character.
definitely black out.
Yo, my road rage is different.
Yo, his
But,
road rage is
yo, you're
real.
not the only
It
one.
is real.
You're not the only motherfuckers piss me off.
Nah, you know what? I be spending a lot of my
Just
time.
go.
I be spending a lot of my time out in LA now, so my road rage has decreased a lot because
Okay.
niggas don't really
'Cause
be
of the
moving
cops.
on some fuck. Yeah, because the cops.
Them
Yeah.
cops be out there.
Yo,
Trust
listen,
me.
son.
I learned
But
the
yeah,
hard
nah,
way.
like a lot of fuck shit don't be happening out there. Like niggas actually know how to drive. It's only when I come back into the
Wow.
city
'Cause they
where you be
roll over
seeing
their
niggas be
potholes.
trying to swerve
Wait,
four fucking
do they
lanes
use
with no
turn
signal.
signals?
Yes, they do. They use turn
For the most
signals.
part,
No
what
one uses
what
turn
I-
signals
what I've
anymore.
They use
experienced.
turn signals. They let you merge in the highway.
Yeah,
Let
like-
you merge.
There's no potholes.
They allow you to
They
come
respect
in.
the HOV lane. Well, sometimes.
Better than New York.
Facts.
There was one time niggas damn near almost sideswiped me real quick. Like niggas in the HOV lane just speeding. I'm just like, my nigga, like, you see there's a truck. I got to swerve around this
I
nigga.
never forget when I got over in a cop with the HOV lane. Cause I bet us the big one busting got one of them big ass teddy bears that had the hood on their head. That's in the back, put it in the back seat and I was out. The cop was like, what the fuck? And just kept going. Like, I was like, what, I'm out. Fuck it.
Shout out to Half Price fucking Games Wednesday.